number 1, we saw the master versus the apprentice Angus Fogg with the win in race number 1. New Zealand's oldest rookie winning in Suzuki Swift for the first time.
Remember, they said the same thing about Craig Beard when he was in the V8s, and they don't take it too lightly, but hey, lights are growing green here, and they're away now.
Lights are out, we are underway. Can Bamber get the advantage at the start? It's not a bad start from the outside of the front row. Let's see how they go down into turn number 1. Bamber's just a half a car in front, but no. Fogg through to the lead. He had the inside line to turn number 1. So that's a fairly good start through 1. No major problems through there. So no Alan Dunkley for this one, but Mark Spring has rejoined at the tail of the field. Did not start the first race of the weekend for the Suzukis. And they are contesting, of course, the Suzuki Swift Hamilton Street Challenge.
Right. Through turn 2. I can now say successfully. Good to see the Konica car in the very back there. Of course, he took that big hit in the wall going through turn 4 there, Ben Dallas, so good to see those boys getting that turned around. But this is where the action can unfold. We've seen this before coming into turn 4. Unless they're line astern, they will not go through there to abreast.
So this big field streamed down towards the chicane for the first time. It is Fogg, Bamber, Gibson. That's how they finished in the first race. Grant Ryan back there in the number 11. Now, he started from the rear of the grid in race number 1. This second race lined up from the finishing positions for race number 1. So Ryan was one of the big movers in that first race there in that number 11, just going through shot. There's Sean Lawrence in the 14. Martin Short making a better start, getting to grips with the Suzuki Swift, and a lot different to driving a New Zealand Formula Ford.
You've got hard to say how different they'll be. You know, you've got a single seater, 1 inch off the ground versus one of these little racing cars. See how these cars are dynamic, and to finish in the position he did, it means he's got the hang of it, but it just shows how competitive he is in any forms of motorsport. But William Bamber, he has to make his attack. We saw him come on strong in the last third of the first race, so maybe that's how they've engineered their car to come on strong from lap 6, 7 and 8. So if he can stay in there and then just have that whisper behind Angus, I think he's got a real shot at this one.
There's Andrew Vincent going through in the 22. 1 lap completed as Fogg from Bamber. It's a hard case talking about Angus Fogg as a rookie, winning at, 42 years of age. And one of these Swifts, as the battles continue, that's Bramwell King down the inside of Grant Ryan. A little bit of contact down through there. Vincent trying to take advantage of those two disputing territory down towards turn number 2.
Now, Vincent actually takes on to the right-hand side. I reckon Vincent's gone the wrong way here. He could have got the run down the inside and got them both. But 3 into 1, we know this didn't work from race 1. And it's probably not going to work for race 2 either.
More contact, Ryan. Oh, good recovery there. And he has been the master of the recoveries this season in the Suzuki Swift Sport Cup. They got away with that one. Vincent and King were side by side. Now, they've been racing together in the New Zealand Formula First Championship this season. There's a shortcut from Hamish Cross. That's a novel line through 3.
Yeah, look, I don't know why people didn't think of that earlier, but he's got to be careful. If he took a gain from doing that, the officials will deem, hey, look, not the most sporty thing to do. So I think you'll find he'll readdress that position.
So this field just backed up a little bit behind King. The top 3 or 4 have gotten away from this chasing group.
And the problem we've got is the drivers coming into turn 4, that's actually unsighted. So if you're the 3rd or 4th car back in a row, you don't really know where the apexes are. And that's why you'll see the first 1 or 2 cars go through safely, and then the 3rd and 4th, and then the cars after start hitting the curbs and then harder and harder, because they really don't know where it is. And it's not until the car's gone through the corner, they're actually presented with the tyre bundles and the apexes.
There's Martin Short in the Castrol Edge car just going through. That's the white, green and red example. He's chasing down the Dodson's number 22 of Andrew Vincent. Ryan just up ahead in the better number 11. So some good midfield battles there. Turley going through. There's AJ Lauder in the Pettenshaw number 87. AJ is Paul Radisic's nephew. Simon Evans battling back there with Cody McMaster. So the battle for the lead. Bamber pulls to the outside. Fogg using all of the racetrack as only he knows how.
Angus can put his car in a certain positions where no one else really can, because that's just the experience coming from him. But William, he's all over the back of him. He's over him like a rash at the moment, and I reckon he's just biding his time. This won't come to anything down here, but he might change with a switch over coming out of turn 2.
Well, Fogg definitely knows he's there.
Man, these guys are carrying some car speed. You can just see how much, the back of the cars are hopping off. They must have a lot of confidence knowing, hey, look, we're pulling away from 3rd place. Let's take the battle to each other, and that's what we're seeing. Look at the rear wheel come off, Jamie. It's just floating there.
Matt Gibson back there in the 3rd position in the Castrol Scholarship car, and the scholarship will be underway for next season's championship with an induction down at Powerboat Tools Raceway in Christchurch for next season. The rest of the field continue their battles right back through the order, and this would have to be probably, if not definitely, the biggest lineup of Suzukis we've seen over the last 3 seasons anywhere in New Zealand, with nearly all 18 or 19 of the cars out there on the racetrack this weekend. I don't think there's too many left that are built and around ready to go racing.
No, and that just proves testament how popular this class is and probably how cost-effective it is to go racing. But Angus Fogg, he's carrying a bit of speed. You can't help but think that he may be burning the car up just a little bit too early. You say it's an 8-lap race, which is actually a long time for these cars around here, and if you burn all your equipment up in the first half of the race, you've got nothing left for the second half.
And Bamber's got him on outright lap speed. He was probably a good 6/10 quicker than Angus Fogg's best lap, so Bamber just lying in wait, stalking the master, Angus Fogg. And isn't it ironic that Fogg has pretty much been teaching Bamber throughout the Suzuki Swift Sport Cup this year?
Can I see how quick, how fast a learner Willie is, because, say, Angus would have taught him everything, but he certainly wouldn't have taught him the complete package that I do know.
Looking for the crossover here down into 1, but Angus just carries so much speed off the exit, especially the slower corners in these little front-wheel drive Suzukis.
Yeah, he does. That's his experience from him, but
he's got a good run.
But Willie's on the underside line, he's on the dirty line. You can see Angus just coming across to defend it.
That was subtle coming from Angus Fogg. I think it had been a BNT V8, it just would have been a full right-hand turn.
Now he's got a run on him here, but of course he's on the unfavoured line. But these cars are little. If they can go side by side and live through this, he may get the jump.
Foggy's got the line into 3, but Bamber's going to try and cross him over.
Well, he's got the drag race. See what happened? Angus went a little bit off the apex. Now, okay, look, we know this ain't going to work.
This is
there
all
has
on.
To be single file. Who's it going to be?
This is all on down to the chicane. Who's going to concede? It's Fogg. Bamber through to the lead.
The student got the teacher.
The student got the teacher for the race lead. So can Angus Fogg come back at William Bamber? What a pass it. That was like the ultimate game of chicken. So Matt Gibson in 3rd, the rest of the field rolling through the chicane. I think they've had a few warnings from series organiser Paul Berber to stay off the curbs at the chicane. As the action continues here from Hamilton, we've seen a pass for the lead. William Bamber now leads the Suzukis for race number 2.